Hey y'all. So I'm gonna walk through the lecture slides that I posted in Google Classroom with you all. Before I do that, I just want you all to see my little dog. He just lays here while I work all day. So there's that little treat for you all. So his name is Hank, by the way, in case you all didn't know. So this week we talked about waves and electromagnetic radiation. So this PowerPoint is all about waves. So it talks about waves, seismic waves, the types of waves, and some terms that go along with them. So waves are a disturbance in which energy transfers over a distance. So when you think of a wave, you think it like stretches a long way. There's all kinds of different types of waves, and they originate from vibrations. So there could be water waves, waves in a string, earthquake waves, sound waves, radio waves. There are so many different kinds of waves. So the vibrating source supplies energy, which transports the waves along a medium. So that just pretty much means the vibration gives the waves the energy they need to move through objects and to wherever they're supposed to go. So if it's sound wave, it lets it move from this speaker through whatever it needs to move to get to your ears. So the vibration can be caused from all kinds of different things. So we'll get into that a little later. So waves pass their energy from one particle to another, until it runs out of energy. So it's kind of like it's going to continue and go forever until that energy runs out. And as you all know, energy cannot be created or destroyed, so the energy won't just run out. It's going to change form. While you go through these yourself, if you want to watch these videos, you put it in present mode and you can click and watch the video. So there are two main types of waves. So there are transverse waves and longitudinal waves. So transverse waves are like the waves in a rope. They are perpendicular in motion. So they go up and down sideways. Whereas longitudinal waves are parallel to the direction of the motion. So they kind of go downward or upward, depending on what it is. And you can watch this video on your own about the two different types of waves, and then some terminology that you'll see. So one complete oscillation is called a cycle. So that just means from the time the wave starts until it stops. So that's a cycle. And the number of cycles per second is frequency. So the unit, we talk all about units here in this class. So the unit for frequency is hertz. It's symbolized by Hc. And the time required for one full cycle is a period. So that's T in an equation. So the unit is usually a second, but it can be days, months, years, depending on what kind of wave it is. So amplitude is the distance from the resting position to the maximum displacement of the amplitude. So that just means, resting is where it started. So this is the resting position. And then the maximum displacement, or the most that the highest the wave reached. So the amplitude is from resting to the highest point of the wave. Or the lowest, just whichever one it moved more toward. So when you're in slideshow mode, you can click on the image and it's like an interactive tool. And then, so crest is the highest portion, trough is the lowest portion, and wavelength is the distance between the crests. I hope this helps.